Hey guys, it's Sharon, and today we are diving into my year-end makeup capsule. I got this idea from the style stumbler, Stephanie. She has a channel on YouTube that I have been loving watching, and she focuses on using the product that she has and trying to figure out ways to love the makeup she's already spent her money on and wanted before she buys something else. So I think that the principles she talks about in her videos are excellent. So if you're someone who overconsumes makeup like I do, check her out. I'll have her linked below. But anyways, she has been doing these monthly makeup capsules where that's the makeup that she focuses on. And it doesn't mean that you can't pull in something else from your collection if you want to use something different that day. It's just your core full face in one spot, so you don't have to think about it and you can actually focus and love on the products that you've chosen. So we're doing that from now till the end of the year, because I have a lot of products that are very close to being completely panned, some things that are getting ready to expire, some things that are probably already really expired, but I'm using them anyways. So it's just helping me love on some makeup that is so close to being used up, and I wanna give it the love it deserves. So today we're gonna go through my curated makeup capsule for the end of the year. If you want to see a get ready with me using all of this makeup so you can see it in action, I did already film that to do this look today with my contacts in, so you can actually see the eyes. My eyes just got tired, so I put on my glasses. So anyways, I will have that linked as well. It's gonna go up after this video, but let's go ahead and dive on in all of the goodies that I've picked out to use till the end of the year. You will have to excuse the sunlight streaming in through my blinds. I chose the worst time of day to film this video, and the sun is starting to set and I face a sunsetting window. So, okay, we're gonna go dive in. The first thing I want to talk about is my skin prep. So I recently started using this Milani Clean Start Prep Step, and I love this. It is a hypochlorous acid facial mist, and it feels so fresh on. I've almost used this one up completely, like it literally probably has one more use. I actually already have a brand new one of these, and then I actually just picked up a new one from a hard candy that has one that's similar to this. It was a lot cheaper and you get more product. I have really enjoyed this Milani one though, enough so, like I said, that I already repurchased. So I'm gonna use this one up. We're gonna pull in another one. I love this mist. It is, I do it first thing in the morning before I do any of my skincare. I mist this on, let it dry. It just like brings that added moisture back into my face and feels so nice and fresh. I'm not sure that it's really necessary, but I've been enjoying it, so we're doing it. Next is my Revolution Vitamin Base. This is a total dupe for the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, except this doesn't have fragrance. So if you're sensitive to fragrance, this would be something I would urge you to try. This little jar is $12 on Amazon. I actually have it on a subscribe and save shipment because I love it so much. This is already my third jar. It is such a great thick moisturizer primer. You'll see it in action in my Get Ready With Me, but there is just a little swatch. It is so rich and creamy, and since it is like a primer, it does add this little bit of tackiness with its hydration that really helps your makeup. I adore it. I adore it. It has been a beauty find of the year, like top favorite product. So that's my third one. We're working through that. Now on to priming. We, of course, are priming the eyes with my Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. This is a favorite. It has been for a long time, and I have been using this one since March of 2024. So it is ready to be done. I don't think this one has the little date jar stamp on it. I don't see it. But this has obviously lasted a very long time, and I still have product left. Like, I still have quite a few uses out of this. Every time I think I'm done with it, I can get more out by like squishing it, you know, squishing it down, getting more product. There's a lot there's a lot of resistance in here. There's a lot of product left. So this is well worth the $12. I already have a backup of this as well. I love it so much. And then the face primer we are going to be using up is the Rimmel Stay Matte. I love this primer as well. It says it's a mattifying primer, but really it does more than that. It will fill in your pores just a little bit and give you some hydration while also giving you a good primer for your foundation to stick to while mattifying a little bit. It's definitely nothing extreme, but I love this primer. You can see that I've used a good deal of it and I'm ready to use this up completely and move on to something else. All right, we're gonna stick to Complexion products now. The foundation that I have chosen to focus on is my Maybelline Makeup Eraser Foundation. I have this in the shade 110. So this is like the Maybelline Age Rewind concealers that are so popular, except it is a foundation. This shade might be a little bit light for me, but you can see on, I really don't think it is. I think it works. It is such a nice light foundation. I love using the sponge to apply it all over. It is excellent if you want something that's like light to medium coverage that feels extremely light on your face. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing makeup. It doesn't cover everything. You can see, you know, I've got blemishes peeking through here. I'm a pimple picker. I can't help it. I popped a zit and now I regret it, of course. I just can't help myself, but I love this foundation. It is a natural to matte finish, I would say. It's definitely not dewy, but it does feel so light and just gives a nice little evening out of your complexion. So I've been really enjoying that foundation. I also love that it's that, what is it, like an air pump or something? I don't know what they call it, but you can see, you know, really how much foundation I have left. I've used about half of this now. For color corrector, I am using up my Bobbi Brown color corrector in Light Bisque. This I have used many of, and I will definitely use more. I've got other color correctors to use after this, but you can see I've used a whole lot of this one, and I'm sure it will be used up by the end of the year. I love this color corrector for under the eyes and any little spots as like a little peachy corrector I'll do under my foundation. For concealer, I'm using the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. This concealer is excellent. If you, especially this shade, I have light ivory. If you're cooler or even more neutral, this shade in particular, if you have skin similar to mine, is just wonderful. I love this concealer. It is so hydrating. I was looking at my makeup before I filmed this video, and I'm not sure how well it's gonna translate with my glasses on. I barely set under my eyes with powder, like barely. And this is not creasing at all. It looks so good. It's so hydrating. It has great coverage. I adore that concealer. If you can find one in a shade that works for you, I highly recommend picking it up. For powder, I'm focusing on my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Light Plus. And this one is a baked powder, so you can see that there is a nice flattening in the dome. So I just really want to give this one some love and use more of this powder. I have too many powders right now, and to me, powder is a very boring product, and I really just like to, you know, focus on like one at a time if I can. Moving on to eyes, because I love eyes. They're my favorite. The eyeshadow palette that I have chosen to focus on is one that I love so much. I have bought 2 of them off Mercari because it's discontinued. It is my BH Cosmetics Love in London palette. I have talked about this for years. It is probably hands down my all-time favorite palette that I have ever had. Like, I've bought 2 more of them. That's how much I love it. You can see how well loved this palette is. It is dusty and crusty. This shade here is almost completely gone. It will be the first time in my entire life that I've ever used up a shadow in a palette like this. I did just recently use up my Brulee eyeshadow from Wet n Wild, and that's the first time I've used one like as a single completely up. So this is very exciting. This will be the second eyeshadow I've completely used up ever. First one in a palette. It's probably only got a handful of uses left. Then I'll be focusing on Big Ben at the same time. You can see there's a huge chunk out of Big Ben. And then other colors that I specifically want to focus on are Lolly. Lolly is what's on my lid today. It's a beautiful pink. It has a nice little dent in it. Even though this palette is old, it still has some of the most beautiful shimmers. It's just my favorite for, it's like a neutrally cool tone lover's dream. Look at those, look how rich and pigmented. That is literally one swatch on those shades. It is fantastic. The mattes are just as nice. I'll swatch a couple of those for you. You can see how rich they are. Look at those. Look how rich, one swipe. So rich and gorgeous. Gotta wipe that off. I just adore this palette, and honestly, if you have it in your collection, I urge you to pull it out. Or maybe check on Mercari if you can find another one being sold. Like I said, I've bought 2 because I love it so much. So sorry for anyone who doesn't have it or doesn't want to buy it used, but I love this palette, and this is my focus from now until the end of the year, to give it more love, especially since I bought 2 more. Once I use up, I think, these 2 shades, I will move on from this palette because those are my blending shades that I use the most, and I will crack open a new palette. So that is my focus from now until the end of the year. Love that Love in London palette. I am also working to use up my Wet n Wild Brulee shadow. You can see it's half gone, not because I've used it all, but because it keeps cracking and falling out of the pan. Really annoying. Wet n Wild totally reformulated this, didn't they? Because I swear my other one was not this fine. This is like so finely milled that it just crumbles. It is crazy. I feel like every time I snap the lid shut, if I'm not careful, it crumbles a little bit more. So that's crazy. But I use that one like on my brow bone and as my blending initial first laydown shade, just to help the mattes blend. So that's what I use that for. I did also pull in a single shadow that I'd like to focus on from MAC. It is my All the Glitters shadow, a classic, and I've used so much of this shadow. So I'd really like to see if I could use it up. Here it is here. Definitely goes okay with, it's a little bit warm, I guess, for like these shades, but I could totally work it in with the warmer mattes as a lid shade, and I do love that shadow. And I just really like to get that used up. This is my original, and it's probably 12 years old, I'm guessing. I was in college when I bought that. How long have I been out of college? Since 2015. So yeah, it's probably 12 years old. If a 12-year eyeshadow freaks you out, don't use it, but I'm going to. A jumbo pencil. I love a jumbo pencil. If you have watched any of my videos, and if you hear licking, it is my dog. I'm so sorry. I got Rudy sleeping back here. I've got Pippi to my right over here on the floor, and she is licking her paws like crazy, driving me nuts. I can't do anything about it. I'm using up my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Yogurt. I have been a lover of using a jumbo pencil as like a lid priming step for years, to help intensify your shadow. So today I have that on just my lid, and then I put Lolly on top of it, and it is the most beautiful shimmery pink. It is pigmented. Adding this step just helps it last all day. And I have been working on this pencil for years. I can't tell you when I bought this. I don't remember. It's so old, so old. For eyeliner, I'm focusing on my Too Faced Better Than Sex liner in Chocolate. I love this eyeliner. If you've been watching any of my videos, you know I love the Too Faced liners. And in Chocolate, it's so nice. It's such a rich, sharp brush tip. I've been working on this one since April of 25. So we're gonna focus on that. For mascara, I'm focusing on my CoverGirl Lash Blast Primer. This one's been open since December of 24, so it's coming up on a year old. Still has a lot of life left in it, so we're gonna use it like crazy before we get rid of that. And then I am working on Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Platinum for my Focus Mascara. I'm sure I'll pull in others because I love mascara so much, but this is one I'm gonna try to really focus on. It was opened in March of 25, so it's getting up there as well. Okay, for brows, we are going through the ABH Brow Definer in Taupe. This is the triangular tip brow pencil. I just opened it, so it's probably gonna take a little bit, but from now till the end of the year, this is my brow pencil. And then I'm also using the ABH Clear Brow Gel. And then for lower lash mascara, I'm working on the MAC Giga Black Lash. This one, I don't even know when I opened it. I didn't put a date on it, but I'm gonna focus on that just on my lower lashes. For our color face products, I have cream and powder. My plan is to use everything every day. If not everything, almost everything. So for cream, bronzer, contour, I'm using my Westman Atelier shade in Biscuit. And I'll show you how much I've used so far. You can kind of see in there. I've used a good amount of it, but this is several years old already. And this was an expensive product, so I need to use that up, you know? So no more leaving it be. I'm gonna focus on this and get it used up because it's a great product that I spent a lot of money on. It's a great bronzer contour hybrid for me because it is a cooler color, so I don't know, it works, you know? It's really more of like a bronzer, but it works as a contour. For cream blush, I'm focusing on another MAC product, my Go Play blush in Blush Please. I'll give you a little swatchery. I'm running out of places to swatch, but love this blush, especially for everyday. So nice. For cream highlight, this is a mess. I'm using the Tarte Glow Wand in Sunbeam. I love this glow wand, except for the fact that it is so goopy messy. That's my big gripe. Like, why do they not have a stopper in here that will clean off the doe foot? So then it's everywhere all over my package. Okay, just wiped it off a little bit. But I do love this. It is my favorite cream highlight right here. If you can see. So nice and natural. I love it. It's definitely a favorite highlight. That's the second one I've owned of that, and I'll definitely buy that again. All right, moving on to powder products. For bronzer, I'm working on Hoola Light from Benefit. This one is very close to being used up, so I hope this will be gone by the end of the year, and I can move on to another bronzer, but I'm really excited at the progress that's been made already in that bronzer. And for blush, I'm going with my Physicians Formula Butter Blush in Plum Rose. This definitely has a lot of use out of it. I'd just like to get more use. It's a gorgeous blush. It's so soft, so natural. Gotta like find places to swatch it. It's just so pretty and has a little bit of a glow. I just love this blush so much. So we're gonna be focusing on that one as well. I'm kind of using it as like a blush topper after the MAC, and that worked really well today. For powder highlight, we're using Physicians Formula Natural Nude. This is one that's like the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Bricks. I've had this for a very long time as well. There you go, you can see the color's really pretty. I just swirl my brush all around, get a nice highlight going. Ooh, where can I show you? On my thumb? Really pretty. I think that was a terrible swatch. I'm just running out of room. There you go, you can kind of see. It's so pretty, a really great product, so nice. Excited to be focusing on that as well. And then for setting spray, we're working on the matte veil from Ulta Beauty. This is just a travel size. It's almost gone, and I will pull in for these couple of products that are almost gone, like this and the Milani. I do have others already on deck in my mind that I'm going to pull in next. So when I do, I'll make a video on that. And then last is lips. I have 3 lip products that I'm focusing on. The first is a lip balm from IT Cosmetics. It's the Your Perfect Pink lip balm. It's supposed to be one of those pH lip balms. I like to throw this on while I'm getting ready, you know, doing my skin prep and everything. I don't think it really gives a whole lot of pink to my lips, but it feels nice, and I've used a lot of it already. Let me show you. I've still got a lot left, but I have also used a lot. You see that? So just wanna work on that. And then for lip liner, I chose my Revlon Color Stay Longwear in Nude, an excellent shade. Got it right there. Excellent shade in a lip liner. I've used a lot of this. I'm afraid to twist it up all the way. I don't wanna break it. I've used a lot of this. I've had it open for a really long time, so we're gonna use that up. And then for lipstick, my NARS Dolce Vita. This particular one, I don't have much left on. I actually have another one, I think floating around my purse, that has even less than this in it. And then I have another one in my makeup drawer that has more than this. It's been my favorite lipstick. That's why I have 3 of them. You can see it really goes down a long way in there. So focusing on this to get that used up. I will be sad when I do use up all those lipsticks because they don't make that formula anymore. So that's a real bummer. So anyways, that's my makeup capsule from now until the end of the year. What are your thoughts? Are any of these products some of your faves? I had so much fun curating this. I'm actually about to go, like tomorrow, on a little weekend girls trip with my sister-in-law, and I'm taking all of this with me. It's gonna be so easy to pack my makeup bag because I'm gonna throw all of it in, and I actually love everything in here so much. So it's making doing my makeup really fun. I'm really enjoying it. I will probably be sick of most of this come the end of the year. And like I said, I'm sure I'll pull things in from time to time, but this is the core base that we're focusing with. And if I am able to use up something completely before the end of the year, I will pull something else in to focus on in its place. But that's where we're at. I hope you enjoyed. Again, I've rambled too long, so sorry. If you're still here, please leave me a heart emoji down below. And does this show you how old I am because I made a heart like this and not with my fingers? I'm 34. It's starting to show. Anyways, leave me a heart if you made it this far. I'll see you on my next video. Bye, guys.